trying to get through my pile of shame a little bit here. And let's see, I've got all these that I'm working on. Like, this one's broken. I don't even know if I care anymore. This one I need to do highlights on. This one I don't know what to do with. And these two ladies just need finishing. But right now I'm working on this guy. So let's maybe just bring this up a little. This is probably too thick. I'd like to go live a bit more often. Maybe start doing this on the regular. That way, we can start doing commissions and things like that. I would like to start doing commissions for free for people who kind of just generally deserve it. Somebody like wounded veterans, people who are just like chads and the gaming circles, people who I've come across a lot of people actually who rather I've heard of them. If I have come across them, I wouldn't have much of an issue. But people who like they can't paint. They used to paint a lot when they were younger, and now that they're older, their eyes aren't good or their hands aren't good. They have a tremor or something like that, and they just can't they can't really paint for themselves. I went way too crazy on the contrast paint here. This is not good. I'm going to glaze over this, and I'm going to get a different brush to do this because yellow is not easy to do. I've been slowly building up my repertoire in my collection of contrast style paints, and this is my first time using yellow. The yellow one, whatever the Games Workshop yellow one is. I don't remember what it's even freaking called. So I'm just going to go over this with a bunch of yellow. Maybe if I mix it up more, it won't be so grainy. If I have to recontrast it, then that's fine. But like, this is just. Hopefully, this will. What's that? What's that thing right there? Well, I don't know. I guess we'll go real light on this and we'll see what happens. See, this part right here doesn't look too bad, but now I gotta go over it. I kind of have to be quiet. Rachel is sleeping in the other room. Rather, she wants to sleep. I'm keeping her up. Okay, so we'll let that dry. Oh, that's already. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. So we'll kind of let that do its thing for a moment there. What color should I do this mace? I made a stupid. I shouldn't have done this base because that mace, you can't really tell. There is a gap between that. Let me see, that mace and that base. So I've kind of got this theme of like these bronze maces here on these other ones. I've got a couple flanged maces, so maybe I'll do bronze, but maybe just to contrast with that. Or should I do something painted? I kind of like the idea of just like a white tipped porcelain looking. I think I'll do that. I'll get some white, get that on there, see what we come up with. Got some white on the white palette. We got the white palette over here. Let's just see what happens. Because I like the idea of like almost like a, like something so regal and so fine that it's like a porcelain, like a porcelain tea set kind of thing. But for one reason or another, it's much nicer, like much stronger than like obviously like a porcelain tea set would be. Get that camera on that. Get that camera on that mace. I had half of mine make this guy like a Knights Templar kind of thing, just do steel and red and that sort of livery. Okay, here, I'm going to take this off of here. Yay. Okay. I'll have to figure out what to do with this camera. This guy is actually 3D printed. I don't have hardly any minis that are actually like from a store mini. All my stuff is 3D printed. And I 3D print stuff because it's much cheaper. Also, I don't actually play any games right now. Well, I play D&D, but I play that online. I am the DM for my current game. Actually, no, I'm not. Right now, I'm normally the DM for our current game, but right now the current game is being DM'd by one of my players. Because he had this brilliant idea to DM. So he's doing that, and we keep having to postpone as per usual. That's like a D&D meme. We always have to postpone. Let's get that in here. There are like little designs on those flanges that I didn't even notice before. Should we just do it? Let's just do this whole thing. I was looking forward to watching The Mandalorian, but my wife, who is not a huge Star Wars fan, said that the third season doesn't seem like it's going too good according to reviews. People are saying it's kind of a load of baloney, which is really too bad because it started off really good, and now it's not so good, as they say. So let's shift gears. We'll let that dry while we brainstorm what we want to do with that. So we have this young lady, and I would like to make her skin and her horn a bit more varied. So I'm going to clean this brush because there's still yellow in it. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're going to start bringing in some blue, some lighter blue. Where to start? Oh, there's water over this brush. You know, you watch like the painting tutorials online, and it's like, it's like the painting YouTubers, and I feel like I'm never. Bring this up so I can bring it up. See, now I'm getting paint. I can't even do it. Okay. I feel like my paintbrush is never small enough. If I actually have paint on this brush, it seems like it's way too thin. Get up here on the chest. Get those high points. There we go. Might be getting a little too ambitious here on the fingers. Like, am I the only one that, like, whenever you're trying to do base layers, or like you're trying to layer something, you just feel like you're just doing a second base layer in a different color? Because you can't really just get the color you want. Okay. Actually, I kind of like that. That's already drying off pretty good, like. Let's see if I can get this hand without just completely painting over it. There we go. It's actually not too bad. Okay, let's see if we can try to keep this on camera so you can actually see it. How far can I get? Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Can I just bring this all the way up? Okay, cool. I can't paint something if I can't bring it up towards my face, you know? The other thing is, what color should I make her hair? So this is kind of a weird sculpt because she's only got like this little skunk tuft. Otherwise, she's bald, which is kind of, what am I supposed to do? I'm not really sure. So I was never a big fan of like the tieflings who have like the dark red skin, like the actual like devil-like kinship. I was always more of a fan of like the Draenei from World of Warcraft that have like the paler blue skins. I was always more of a fan of that. Now, see, is this legit bald or is this like a buzz cut? Like, I don't know. Don't know which way to take this. I don't know. Let's get a bit more color up here. We'll just let it be. Should probably get this back. Get her muscles back here. I'm also really close to the mic, so I'm trying not to like blow it out. I suppose I could move it, but it seems like it would be too much trouble. We'll do this for a couple more minutes, and then we'll just call it good. To anybody who's actually listening, if you know anybody who's worthy of free commissions, I'm happy to do BattleTech and Warhammer, D&D, things like that. Like, I just want to help somebody out. I just kind of want some content of some sort for the channel. Normally, I would build terrain and stuff like that, but those kind of videos just take so long to do. They're just so time consuming. Even like my last couple ones were kind of just like sham topics just to get content on the channel, and it was like those still took me forever. It was like kind of pretty bad. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, this young lady has a big piece of metal on her face too. Maybe even a couple. I'm not. That's not what I want. That's what I got. Okay. Let's just get some highlights here on the face. Let's see if we can bring it in for you. Go. Like, then there's like eyes. Forget about it. Okay, so let's get this blue off the brush and we'll go with something even lighter. In fact, I'll get a fine tip. First, I'll shake everything on my desk. Then I'll get this like super fine tip brush. Like, that's what kills me. You see like the you see the brushes that they're using like in painting tutorials and things like that. I'm like, I don't even understand how you get your brush that small, like, let alone use it. This has like some sort of damn fluff at the end of it. Yep, little wee bastard. I suppose I should probably wet that brush like a dummy. Let's see. It's not what I wanted at all. Also keep hitting the microphone. Well, I'm getting pretty close to not caring about this time of night. Until I get that ombre there, that looks pretty cool. I think maybe a glaze is in order. Not really sure. Maybe just some edge highlights on just some of these bits. See, that's what I mean. Like, how do you even do it with? Let's see how to fix that. Well, let's just try some eyes, shall we? Shall we just try some eyes? It's actually probably a good brush for this too. Of course, I say that. What the hell do I know? In doing eyes, I usually get a toothpick and I usually sharpen it. All right, let's see what we can do. Actually, I will move this microphone because I do keep hitting it. Okay. Hopefully that is okay. Bring it back now. Come on. Here we go. Okay. I missed her eye completely. How dumb. We'll just erase that. Let's see. Trying to get in here. Just go in there with some extreme prejudice. It's kind of nice. You just go in when you know you've really screwed up and you just more or less start over. Okay. Reset my brush here. We'll try it again. Okay, now they say that you should probably paint your eyes first, and then do the skin around it. Especially when you're like, man, you're too stupid to know what you're doing. This is probably too much. I think it's too much. That, oh, okay. Okay, hang on a second. I got to. Okay, and so now I know what you're thinking. This looks bad, especially when the camera won't focus. That looks really bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to this. We're just gonna cover it up. We're just gonna let that dry. We're gonna come back to that. And we will see what we can do to fix that. Let's try to touch up one more. So this young lady also needs eyes. She needs eyes, but I can actually see her eyes, so that's something. Let's, well, I guess I've got this brush out. May as well just try it. Just trying to get a little spirally point on here. Painting eyes. Stream where you try to go and paint every single one of your eyes. The problem is, I shouldn't have done white for the eyes. I should have done. You're supposed to do like a tan because white is like too stark. So I shall now get Acadian Flesh Tone, which is out of my reach. Oh. Give it the old shaker-rooney. Dollop of that. Put it over yonder. So you can kind of see where it dries. We can also take this time to highlight the cheeks and stuff. See, I got a bunch of black over here. Need to bring that up. There in between the hair bangs. What is going on here? Jeez. Nothing is cooperating with me tonight. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Actually like how those eyes turned out for the most part. This is also a much longer brush than I'm used to using. So that's also throwing me off. Now, should I use... Let's get some... let that dry and I'll think about doing an additional highlight up there. But let's get some of this bloob down here. Start highlighting these things down here a little bit. This brush is actually making me slightly irate, so I'm just going to stop using it. Just use a smusher here. Just stick with what you know. I like the small brush. I feel like I should get more of them though, because they're just starting to... This is a new one too. I feel like I should probably get a couple more in this size, because I pretty much only use this one exclusively. I kind of like this muted color, but we'll just... This is a good idea. I like this. This is a good idea. Just do these tail feathers, these ruffles, whatever you want to call them. Just paint over those screw-ups from before. What I'll do is, like, I'll actually get these... This is one of the first models I printed. And the ones that I did that on, I had just like a regular resin, which breaks super easily. So I'm half expecting this one to just break. That's why I'm not putting like too much love and attention into this. Because, you know, my toddlers will probably just look at this sideways and it'll break. But I will use them just as like a contrast paint test palette kind of thing. Even then, I just got like random paint globs from other things just in spots. I'm just going to paint over them, call it a day. Need to mix some water into this. This was going to be ultramarine, but I guess it's just whatever this is now. We'll just start bringing up the highlights, because why not? I'm eager to try out the Speed Paints 2.0. I have not tried the regular Speed Paints, and I'm glad I waited with all the reactivation drama that those had. I'm eager to get something new and try that out. But I want to wait for the right product. And from the reviews I've been seeing about the other stuff, the 2.0, it's supposed to be pretty good under the right circumstances. Obviously, contrast paints are great, but they are expensive. So let's just get some paint on here in case we decide not to come back and get it. We have some blue over here. Sides. See, I'm just caught up in painting. You don't get to see this. Okay. So we got some blue highlights here on this cape dress thing. Just get that right there. Not going to worry too much about the back of this front part here. Just get some color on there so it doesn't look strange. Okay. We'll just let that go because we will fix that later. Okay, just mixing up some more blue here to do maybe a highlight. Just touch up this blue here. Dab of this. I actually need to get these cuffs. These sleeves need to be just a skosh of color on them. Maybe I'll paint these rivets a different color. That sounds good. Looks like I need to touch up on some leather. I think that's what we're going to call it for now. Well, I still got one more. One more light blue I could do over here. Do our edges. That's not dry. Okay. I think we're gonna call it there. So bring that up to here. Tell the camera to focus. I think that turned out okay. Bring it around. We'll finish her up another time. Well, we got to do her face. We got to do her hair. So, not really sure what to do next. Maybe we'll do some. I don't want to get too crazy with like accents or anything like that, but maybe we'll do some gold right here or something. We shall see. I don't know. Well, anyway, thanks for joining me. If anybody joined me, next time I will probably start from gray, and we will pretty soon we'll be toying around with airbrushing for the first time, and we'll see what comes of that. Thank you so much.